If you enjoy staying at home more than going out, there's something about you most people don't understand. And it's not what you think. It's not laziness. It's not antisocial behavior. In fact, psychology suggests the opposite. People who prefer staying home often have something rare, something that makes them think differently, feel deeper, and see the world in a way most people never will. But there's also a hidden reason behind this, one that almost no one talks about. And once you see it, you'll never look at yourself the same way again. A different kind of aliveness. For those who love staying home, joy doesn't depend on stimulation or spectacle. It lives in small, meaningful moments, a warm drink in hand, the gentle turning of a page, sunlight falling through a window. Where others seek excitement, they find fulfillment in presence. This isn't emptiness, it's depth. Psychologically, many of these individuals have what could be described as a rich internal world. Their thoughts, emotions, and imagination are vivid and constantly active. Home becomes more than a place. It becomes a sanctuary where that inner life can breathe. They don't need the world to be loud to feel alive. Their sense of aliveness is steady, not explosive. When silence becomes strength, there's a common misunderstanding that people who prefer staying home are avoiding life or lacking something essential. But in reality, many of them have simply discovered something others overlook. Peace is also a way of living. They've often tried the fast-paced social rhythm that society celebrates. They've shown up to the gatherings, matched the energy, played the part. But somewhere along the way, they realized that their calm wasn't a flaw. It was their nature. And instead of fighting it, they chose to honor it. In that choice, something powerful happens. Silence stops feeling empty. It starts feeling full of clarity, reflection, and understanding. The gift of introspection. Homebodies tend to share a deep sense of introspection. They don't just experience life, they process it. A small moment becomes a meaningful memory. A passing feeling becomes something to understand. A quiet day becomes a space for growth. They feel things fully. Joy becomes richer. Sadness becomes expressive. Hope becomes intentional. Rather than rushing past emotions to keep up with the world, they sit with them. They learn from them. And that ability to pause, reflect, and feel is closely tied to creativity, empathy, and emotional intelligence. Misunderstood, yet deeply aware. You're missing out. Don't you get bored? You should go out more. These words can sting, not because they're true, but because they suggest something is lacking. Yet history quietly tells a different story. Many of the world's most thoughtful creators, innovators, and visionaries did their best work not in crowds, but in solitude, in rooms where ideas could grow undisturbed. Silence, after all, has its own language. It teaches patience. It sharpens observation. It builds a quiet, resilient strength. Why home feels safer? For some, the preference for staying home is rooted in sensitivity to the world around them. Noise, chaos, and emotional unpredictability can feel overwhelming. Home offers control, a stable environment where energy doesn't have to be constantly spent reacting. For others, it's about emotional safety. They don't give their trust easily, not because they are distant, but because they feel deeply. When they care intensely, so they choose carefully. And sometimes, it's simply preference. No hidden fear, no avoidance, just a genuine love for the comfort of familiar space. Solitude versus loneliness. One of the most important distinctions is this: solitude is chosen, loneliness is not. A person can feel lonely in a crowded room, surrounded by noise and people. But solitude, true solitude, can feel grounding, even fulfilling. Those who enjoy their own company develop something rare: self-companionship. They don't run from their thoughts. They don't fear being alone with themselves. They feel whole, even in silence, a quiet kind of love. Here's something they don't often say out loud. They love deeply. They care quietly. They notice everything. Without constant distractions, their attention sharpens. They pick up on the small things, the pause in someone's voice, the emotion behind a message, the meaning in what's left unsaid. Their relationships may be few, but they are real, built on sincerity, not performance. They don't need 100 connections. They value one that truly understands, redefining what it means to live fully. In a world that glorifies constant movement, productivity, and visibility, staying home can seem like falling behind. But that idea is flawed. Rest is not laziness. Stillness is not failure. Silence is not emptiness. For many, staying home is not a pause in life. It's where life quietly unfolds. It's where healing happens, where ideas take shape, where identity becomes clearer. They are not disconnected. They are observing, processing, becoming. If this feels like you, if you've ever felt different for preferring your own space, if you've questioned whether you should be more social, more active, more out there, consider this. There may be nothing wrong with you at all. Your quiet is not weakness, it's depth. Your solitude is not absence, it's presence. Your way of living is not less, it's simply different. And one day, when you step out into the world, it won't be because you feel pressured to, it will be because you choose to. And that choice will make the experience more meaningful, not less. Final thought. Home isn't just a place with walls. It's a feeling, a state of mind, a space where you don't have to perform, where you can simply be. So if you find comfort there, stay a little longer. Sip your coffee slowly. Let your thoughts wander and grow. Protect your peace. Because the people who love staying home are often the ones who make the world feel like home for everyone else. Thanks for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe.